Shukor nakashlem jong Nongsan Hima.
Ka High Court jong ka Jila Meghalaya bat ka Meghalaya State Legal Service. Ha ka jing trailang bat ka Sorkar Jila ban pintikna ya ka jing penpoy ya ka jing mentoy na ka benta ki padba. Bat ka imlang salang lingba ka NALSA. Bat ki Skhim Sorkar kalapenlong ya ka mega camp bat ka awareness program. Ha ka ne ka singi u Chief Justice kari India Ubareru u Patron in Chief ka National Legal Service Authority u Justice Surya ulapli patba ya ka mega camp kam awareness program halor ki scheme jongka Nalsa bat jongka government welfare scheme halor ka phang bridging the gap Hamarngar Ribhoi district habakran hakane ka singi u Chief Justice ka Re India u Justice Surya u Chief Uloong ba kakot kakya ka jingkershan ha ka pule puthi kalat haba yade bat karukom im bat ka Jingiarap ya kitu ki badon kam ka Jingiarap lawanra lang lingba kani ka awareness camp kalong ka badon kam bandon haba ka wei ka shatri ya baro ki scheme khnang ba ka Sorkar kan la ban pentre kam yaki bat ka Jingiarap lingba ki an ki kanunru kade banlong na ka benta baro ula kentu ya baro ki badon benta lang ban yasno tilang bat ban lang na kabenta ka jing mentoy jong ki padba ulo ongru ba ka Jingiarap na ki riu start an ne ki muktiar kalong ka bodon kam bha da ka bakentu ye ki bor bari pet ban penklan khamtam ha ka beidei bar ka jing thung kam thung jam ha ka ne ka singi la yo ru ye ka jingkren na Nongbishar ka Supreme Court u Justice Ujal Bhuyan na umintri ka Sorkar Jila uba Lakmen Rumbui ka Justice Rivati Mohiti Dere ka Chief Justice High Court of Meghalaya and Patron in Chief ka Nalsa. Hagani ka singi u Chief Justice kari India ubaderu u Patron in Chief ka National Legal Service Authority u Justice u Surya haringkat barki weipat kila samne ki tiar Jingiarap shaki tu ki baduna ki khotmet shaki self help group but shaka village organization kumjuru shaki legal aid panel lawyers paralegal volunteers bat ki muktiar jong ka legal aid defense council jong usnem arjar apusang
Government of Meghalaya
District Nongbishar.
It is a privilege to present here today on the subject of profound importance emanating from the Constitution of India. The National Legal Service Authority has been constituted to provide free legal service to the weakest section of society and to organize law and order for amicable settlement of dispute. On behalf of the State of Meghalaya, I welcome you, Honorable Chief Justice of India. Ngapiang burong yepi, hangan kapor. Your presence here it shows that you care for the country, you care for the constitution, you care for the delivery of justice. He don't get ship here. Now, but yaga riti ka constitution but kunjuru ban ai ya di syakri ya ipaiba ha kalian kaai the first time that Honorable Chief Justice visited the state of Meghalaya in his capacity as Honorable Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Kadai kapor kabangi barok isnukumen namar kadai kapisha ba amdan kajingan barok kajan ladamangi nadami don kibris beram ketri. So I, on my behalf, I truly welcome you and appreciate the effort that we come to visit here to be with the people, listen to the grievance. More importantly, shows that the court is not the other institution, but the court is there to serve the society. I'm very thankful to just I'm here from the Northeast, and you know very well how the legal system in the Northeast, how the tribal people have delivered the justice. Your presence in the Supreme Court will enable us, enable the executive and enable the judiciary how to integrate the legal values which the tribal people have done in their effort to resolve any dispute, to resolve any grievance, so that the legal system will be delivered in the very fast, and more importantly, to show that the justice is delivered. The government of Meghalaya has set up the Meghalaya State Legal Service Authority in July 1998 to ensure that the legal aid program and Skhim are implemented in its letter and spirit through the state, in order to ensure that the objective of the Act are translated in reality. MSLSA has devised a comprehensive legal service program in the form of state action plan. Effort has been made when framing the program activities to ensure that they adapt to the local situation so that they can effectively address the problems faced by the people of the state, at the same time to be in consonance with the national plan of action. It is expected that these activities will be carried out in a letter and spirit, and that the benefit actually reach the targeted section of society, leading us towards a goal of access to justice for all. That free and competent legal service reach the biggest section of the society. I'm truly delighted that Meghalaya State Legal Service Authority, under the honorable chairmanship of the Honorable Mrs. Justice Rivati Mohite Dere, Chief Justice of High Court of Meghalaya and the Patron-in-Chief, has taken the initiative to organize this important program, awareness program, under the meaningful theme, Bridging the Gap. It is particularly heartening that a matter of great honor that Honorable Justice Surya, Chief Justice of India and Patron-in-Chief of NLSA, is with us here today. I would also like to place on record my sincere appreciation to Meghalaya State Legal Service Authority for the thoughtfully selecting this venue, the rural part of our state. This decision is both strategic and commendable, as it brings legal awareness directly to the doorstep of those who need the most. By organizing this program in rural setting, the authority has ensured greater participation from local communities, enabling the people from the remote areas to actively engage, understand, and benefit from various legal service and welfare schemes being offered. Such effort plays a crucial role in empowering citizens, enhancing legal literacy, and truly bridging the gap between the justice delivery system and the grassroots population.
Indeed, a momentous occasion for the state of Meghalaya, and more particularly the people of Rivoy, to have our beloved Chief Justice of India in our midst. Not every day we can have the Chief Justice of India in our midst. More so, a personality like Chief Justice of India, Justice Surya, and I was fortunate to share the bench with my Lord the Chief Justice. Number of occasions, I feel fortunate that I have been part of the bench which has rendered many a path-breaking judgments. Justice Surya epitomizes justice in its fullest form. Empathy for the people, empathy for the downtrodden, marginalized people, his concern for women, particularly, is noticeable. And therefore it is most appropriate that he is the head of the legal services movement in India. And we are all very proud here to have him in our midst today. Friends, we are in a wonderful setting actually to celebrate this mega camp come awareness program on Nalsa schemes and government welfare schemes, bridging the gap. We see hills all around, greenery all around, not for nothing. Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore described Meghalaya as the abode of clouds. That's how the name has come, Megha Alloy, abode of clouds. And today we are holding hosting this mega camp on the auspicious occasion of Rabindra Jayanti itself. It's a very significant coincidence that we are having this program here. I'll be very short because I know most people are waiting here to hear and listen to words from the Chief Justice of India. But I must compliment the wonderful performance by the boys and girls of the children's home and also by the specially able children who sang two beautiful songs in Khasi and Hindi. And also witness to this wonderful presentation of folk dance by the Marnar group. Through various recommendations of the Law Commission, various committees, judges like Bhagwati, Chief Justice of India Bhagwati Ji, and Krishna Iyer, led to insertion of Article 39A in the Constitution of India by the 42nd Amendment, providing for access to justice for people who did not have the means to access justice. But the judgments continue, one after the other. We had great judgments like Srinara Khatun, Sukdas, and so many judgments. Ultimately, 1987, the Legal Services Authorities Act came to be enacted. And particularly Section 12 thereof enables the weaker sections of the society to avail legal aid and legal services. Scheduled caste, members of the scheduled tribe, women, children, people who suffered disaster, they're all entitled to avail the benefits under Section 12 of this Act. The initial thrust was to provide legal aid to the indigent accused. From there, indigent accused means those accused persons who did not have the wherewithal to defend themselves in a criminal trial. From there, the law has developed. Now, any accused is entitled to legal aid. And I am very happy to share that under the leadership of our Chief Justice of India, who is the Patron-in-Chief of the National Legal Services Authority, there is a great move to find out people who are languishing in jails without any legal assistance. Only the other day, Thursday, a bench of myself and Justice Padiwala, we came across a petitioner and accused, a convict, who was in jail for 22 years for an offence under 302, a murder offence, but 22 years without a single day's parole. And the legal aid council, he presented the matter. We got a report in the second half itself from the district jail. They said that his performance, his conduct in the jail has been exemplary. He was serving in the laundry of the jail, and we passed an order to release him from custody and requesting the district legal services authority to move an application on his behalf for considering release. So this is the great work that is being done by the legal services authority in India. Even the most heinous accused who are guilty of committing the most heinous offences, they are entitled to legal aid. In India, for example, the best case is that of a dreaded terrorist like Ajmal Kasab, who was offered legal aid, legal assistance right from the trial court up to the Supreme Court. And the lawyers rose to the occasion. Supreme Court lawyers, the two lawyers who argued the case, did not charge a penny for this, for defending Ajmal Kasab. So, but over the years now, the focus has slightly shifted. It is not only confined to providing legal aid to the accused, but to provide, to make justice available to the people at their doorstep. So therefore, the focus has shifted from providing legal aid to extending legal services. It is in this context that programs such as this assumes great significance. It would be wrong to assume that justice is done only in the courts or in the court halls. In its larger context, it encompasses all facets of human activity. India is a welfare state. Therefore, the government has got many welfare schemes. The 1987 Act requires the judicial services under the legal services authorities to act as the bridge so that people, the beneficiaries, can avail the schemes of the government.
Beautiful state of Meghalaya to inaugurate this mega camp awareness program on National Legal Service Authority schemes and Government of Meghalaya welfare schemes. A wonderful event organized around the deeply meaningful theme of bridging the gap. I said word again because I had the privilege of coming to Meghalaya, I think about more than a year back, when I was Executive Chairman of the National Legal Service Authority. At the outset, I extend my appreciation to the Meghalaya State Legal Service Authority for conceptualizing and organizing this important initiative. And also I compliment the various government departments, judicial officers, paralegal volunteers, civil society organizations, community stakeholders, who all have contributed towards this endeavor. Today's program is meant to embody the idea that access to justice and welfare cannot remain dependent on a citizen's ability to navigate distant and complicated systems. Institutions themselves must learn to move closer to the people. Many years ago, I am sharing with all of you, when I was a judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court and was also Executive Chairman of the State Legal Service Authority, I had an occasion to visit a legal aid and welfare outreach camp in a semi-rural area. During the interaction, a middle-aged construction worker approached one of our legal aid desks, which we had, like here we see so many desks, and a plastic folder he was carrying containing worn out papers, photocopies of ration card, hospital prescription, Aadhaar card, enrollment slip, and partially filled application form. When I inquired, he informed me that his wife had suffered a severe spinal injury after a fall at a construction site and she had become partially immobile. Although she was eligible for disability assistance and medical support under the existing government schemes, the family had not been able to have access and meaningful benefit for almost 1 year. One office asked him to produce a disability certificate from particular hospital. Another office asked him to digitally upload the application form which the family didn't know how to do it. And at one stage, they were informed that their application could not be processed because the Aadhaar details are not linked correctly. The worker candidly admitted that after months of repeated visits and loss of daily wages, he had almost given up. Though I succeeded in ensuring that legal aid was immediately provided to the family, the benefits to which his wife was entitled to were immediately got released. But that interaction with that person and that incident stayed with me over the years, reminding me how barriers of awareness, distance, language, procedure, and technology can impede access to justice. For many citizens, the challenge is not whether a scheme exists, but whether the system is capable of reaching them where they are. And that, in essence, is what today's theme, when we talk of bridging the gap, truly represents. Ladies and gentlemen, when we speak of access to justice, we often instinctively think of courts, litigation, and legal representation. However, the lived realities of ordinary citizens compel us to adopt a much broader understanding of justice itself. My brother, Justice Kujal Goyan, rightly pointed out how Article 39A came to be incorporated in our Constitution, envisioning equal justice and meaningful legal assistance for all. Yet, despite the existence of welfare schemes and legal aid frameworks, a significant section of society remains excluded from their benefits because the barriers are often structural. Honorable Law Minister also pointed out that there are various legal aid schemes which are not reaching to the masses. So there is some impediment somewhere that we have not been able to effectively address, though as my brother rightly pointed out, Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court rightly pointed out, that after the establishment of the National Legal Service Authority, after incorporation of Article 39A in the Constitution, in this country, we have substantially been able to provide legal aid, legal assistance, and a variety of other assistance, and ensuring that the benefit of welfare schemes are really provided to the people at the doorstep. To some extent, if not fully, rather largely I would say, we have been able to achieve our motto of access to justice, to reach out to the people. But then the studies and assessments conducted in relation to legal aid implementation, including in Meghalaya, reveal recurring challenges. Awareness continues to remain one of the biggest barriers. Many citizens simply do not know that they are entitled to free legal aid, welfare assistance, rehabilitation support, scholarships, or several other social security benefits. In geographically remote areas, this problem becomes even more acute. In several places, former legal systems appear unfamiliar and intimidating, particularly where communities continue to rely upon customary or community-based mechanisms for dispute resolution. At times, even basic procedural requirements become barriers. A missing certificate, a discrepancy in document, or the inability to travel repeatedly to distant offices may effectively deprive deserving individuals of benefits that they are already entitled to and the benefits which have been guaranteed to them either under the Constitution or under various welfare legislative schemes. A right unknown, ladies and gentlemen, is often a right denied. Further, citizens are frequently compelled to approach multiple departments separately for interconnected problems. One office directs them to another. One authority requires certification from other institutions. In the process, many vulnerable individuals simply disengage from the system altogether. These challenges cannot be addressed merely through policy announcements. They require us to rethink how governance itself is delivered. Therefore, the importance of a mega camp like this, which is captioned as Bridging the Gap, it is precisely in this context that initiatives such as today's mega camp acquire transformative significance. Traditionally, citizens have been expected to travel towards institutions. This program instead recognizes that if access remains difficult, then institutions themselves must travel towards the people. The institution must reach out. The institution must go to the people, to those who are entitled to the several benefits. I am informed, and as rightly pointed out by Honorable Chief Justice also in her speech, that mega camps are being organized by the Meghalaya State Legal Service Authority from last more than 5 years. I believe more than 19,000 participants across the state have been benefited. These camps have brought together legal aid organizations, welfare departments, healthcare providers, educational authorities, and self-help groups under one integrated platform. This convergence model is extremely significant because poverty and vulnerability are rarely single-dimensional problems. A person seeking legal assistance may simultaneously require healthcare access, disability certification, educational support for children, rehabilitation assistance, or livelihood opportunities. Therefore, it is very essential that under one roof, all these schemes, welfare scheme implemented, the government departments, the organizations, the legal, paralegal volunteers, legal aid council, all of them join hands and work together in tandem.